London. I have a couple of questions. When the principal talks about staffing autonomy, even though you received layoff notices, did any of your certificated staff get laid off?
We finally got our last few staff members back in mid to end July, and we only got them back because a number of the teachers who had been priority placed with us decided to pursue other jobs, both outside and inside the district. So we would have lost several of our teachers, but we ended up not because those teachers decided to pursue other positions.
You didn't lose any going
Correct.
through the staff?
Correct.
My second question is there a problem or a culture in the school that's against a union?
No, most definitely not. And in fact, our teachers have had many discussions wanting to discuss with the other teachers at Learning Without Limits and the current Education for Change schools the idea of forming a union.
But Education for Change is non-union.
Not currently, no. And that is up to the teachers that are part of the organization.
No, they are non-union.
Correct. I'm saying that that's correct.
Anything. And my last question, well, no, the next to the last question is the conversation for turning charter. Was this brought to you by community and parents, or was this staff-driven?
This actually developed internally last year. It started out with conversations about what are the conditions that we feel we need in order to accelerate our kids' learning. And we did surveys as both teachers, other staff, and parents about what do we think we need in order to be successful.
So just cut to the chase. Was this staff-driven or was this parent-driven? I don't want to hear about the conversations unless was it staff-driven?
So it was staff and parent-driven. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, is that both staff and parents looked at the options that were available to get these conditions that we need and decided both in the parent leaders group and in the teacher leaders group that we should pursue a charter.
Okay, it just sounds to me like this is more of adult issues and that people want to make up their own rules and don't want to follow an organization. And I hope the folks that have applied to go charter, if in fact you do become a charter, understand that you'll be under an organization that plays by their rules. And there's no repercussion. I mean, if they decide to fire you, you're gone. You know, they change principals quite frequently and they change staff quite frequently. It's kind of puzzling to me that the request comes because it's an impetus of some adult issues and it's not about children, because the school is an achieving school. It's not a failing school. Usually when people come to us to convert to charters or change to charters, it's because it's a failing school. So it's not being brought by a trigger or anything. It just seems like, to me, this is an adult issue. And my final comment to this board is, again, if we decide to do this, we must be reminded that there is a law against discrimination and there's a law against segregation. And there has been no one or no indication from this school that they are going to enroll anyone other than Latinos, which is going to add to the segregation of charter schools in Oakland Unified School District, which are approximately 95% Latino. That's my final